I stay down. Ay, you can't tell me nothing, I stay down for that come. Ay, you can't tell me nothing, I stay down. Ay, you can't tell me.
Yo, whew. 10 years in the making. Yo, this is crazy. It's 10 years in the making right now, for real. Because I've known this next interviewee, longer than that, honestly. No funny shit. You know what I mean? I started the museum, started seeing her do her thing. And, she picked a lane for me that I feel like is honestly tough to really navigate and, make sense. But that's something I feel she's done and has shown other people to potentially, go down that route too. But let me take a step back. My name is Noble, creator of Museum TV. We are Boston's premier vlog. We're exhibiting the culture stories. We are doing music discovery, but this time around, we're going to tell you about somebody that we feel got a dope story. You know what I mean? Not necessarily doing music, but, creating in her own way. You feel me? I do got my tinting business. We are in my embroidery office right now. So if you need any tinting services, holla at your boy. If you need any embroidery services, holla at your boy. We're taking care of ours, but I digress. Moving forward, today, I do got, just honestly one of my favorite stories of recent, no funny shit. I got K. Khalia The Great, you know what I'm saying? Girl, come on, don't be shy, my nigga, dog. We catching your cold feet now. Like, come on, man. You. First off, the hat's fire, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's right on brand with, you know what I'm saying, just everything, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's anytime somebody see you, there's always a crazy piece, you know what I'm saying, somewhere. You feel me?
Thank you.
But I digress. Talk to me. I say digress a lot. That's been like one of my favorite words this past year.
It's okay.
But
get back.
You are, you're a brand consultant, right? You are a stylist. You know what I mean? Like for somebody that doesn't know nitty gritty, parts of this creative ecosystem, they would just say stylist, right? But what do you say you actually do? You feel me?
Yeah, so I would love to use the word creative director if it makes more sense than anything to the masses. Brand consultant, brand management, stylist, yes, but I do feel like stylist falls under those things as well. Mm-hmm. And also just wanted to correct you. So sorry, probably should have did this before, but it's Khalia.
Oh, excuse me.
It's okay. You've been doing that for years.
I have. Damn. She gonna correct me on camera.
Okay. Everyone's been doing it for years. It's Khalia, guys. Just no H. Act like the H is not there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I got you.
Sorry.
My bad, y'all. But nah, so tell me, Jamaican restaurant, what's going on with that?
Oh, okay. So on Instagram, in my bio, it says Jamaican restaurant because I just feel like that's self-explanatory. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get funky with it. I'm Jamaican. It had the option of a Jamaican restaurant. I was like, why not?
Fuck it, all right.
Yeah, Jamaican restaurant.
That's what you tell your niggas? I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. But nah, talk to me though. All right, so at what point, all right, so we don't want to say stylist, we want to say creative director. At what point in time did you feel like, that was the lane for you? Obviously, you've been pulling off the fits as long as I've known you. So, when did it piece together? Oh shit, this is, I guess, what I can do,
Yeah, so the story goes, I started styling back in 2015, 16. With, as many as you guys know, Sabrina, Sab season, Sabrina St. Louis. May she rest in peace. So yeah, she was my styling partner. We kind of just rocked the city with that. And one day she said to me, I'm going to go to LA. Let's go visit LA. Because, she was just so fly that it kind of came second nature for her to dress other people, and same with me. And so we kind of just decided to just do it together. And she actually wanted to get into acting and directing. And so, I always had interest in living in New York. I never really cared about LA, but I have an older sister that lives in LA. Dope. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go visit. And we visited. We stayed 2 weeks, and I fell in love. And then the opportunity kind of arose to move to LA. And I took it, and unfortunately she didn't get to go the same time I went. But, I was like, okay, let me just go test the waters and, see you know, what it's like.
What's
And
up,
if
yeah.
I love it, if you love it, then let's just see if you can move. And so 6 months into the move, unfortunately, she passed away. And
Damn.
it was kind of,
Timing crazy.
yeah.
I didn't
it
realize
was-
that was your timing. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of crazy. Like, you know, still processing, living 3,000 miles away, and one of the reasons why I moved.
Yeah, 3,000,
is
yeah.
Also not here anymore, and so I had to kind of decide. Like, you know, I kind of like picked up my life. I picked up my family, kind of interrupted everybody. Like, am I still gonna do this? And I was like, yeah, why not? And it's kind of crazy because I was also dealing with some really, really personal stuff going on in LA too that kind of disrupted my life at the same time. And so, you know, I chose to come back to the city, do the funeral, all that stuff. And then I went back. And as soon as I went back, the same week that Sab passed away, I had got a job. And I was so distraught, I couldn't work. So I got fired. And so, yeah, I lost the job when I went back. And I really remember talking on the phone to my best friend, Cindy. And she was like, you know, like...
Shout out Cindy.
Shout out to Cinderella.
Cindy.
Right, exactly. Check out her podcast too.
For sure.
But yeah, you know, she was like, you need to contact the stylist that you know, met. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right, because I completely forgot. And so I hit up the stylist, Jenna DeMaio, I love you. And yeah, she was like, yeah, I need help. Like, you know, pull up, like, come to me. Like, my office is here. And the office was literally 5 minutes away from where I was staying. And so I pulled up the next day. And it was it literally took off running. Like, I was still trying to process Sabrina not being here. And yet, like, that whole rest of the year, my styling career in LA was just so lit. Like, you know, like, I was styling.
What year was
DaBaby,
this? What year was this?
2019.
So, all right. So, I guess what year within LA? I know you did a 5-year bid.
Yes.
You were saying did a 5-year bid in LA. But, like, yeah, so what year, which one of those years was this boom year?
Okay, so I moved 2018, November 2018.
So second year?
Exactly. And so legit 6
Okay.
months into it, like that summer when I came back, Sab died May 2019. I came back and started styling like right after my birthday. And so, yeah, like the rest of the year going into 2020, I was styling, like, you know, working with a lot of artists like DaBaby, Tory Lanez, Lil Durk, like styled Hennessy, Cardi B's sister, for like a magazine cover.
Talk
and so
your
it was
shit.
super cool. Like, you know,
You
I was
better
like, I
talk your
can't
shit,
believe I'm
goddammit.
like doing this. Worked with Chris Brown.
You better talk
like,
your
know,
shit,
on set,
goddammit.
Jacquees, all of them, right?
Whatever
exactly.
pops up back in your head, just say it.
Right,
You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying?
And so I'm like, let me do this. And so, you know, did that. But at the same time, the money wasn't coming. Like, you know, and so that is something in creative land that we all know, like those invoices, the net 30s, net 60, net 90, people just won't pay the money. Like, you know, and mind you, I wasn't like a head or like lead styling or stylist. I was an assistant. And
So you're going through the head like, yo, what's up? And the head got to go through.
Exactly. Like, you know, and she's doing what she can, like, you know, but it's just so much that goes into styling. Like, you wouldn't even know.
No lie, you're bringing up a beyond dope like point for me right now, because I think, you know, this whole 10-year thing with me in the museum, you know, I feel like creatives here, you know, we've always talked about the what's but not the whys and the hows, you know what I mean? And I love that you're saying this right now, because it's just like, you know, everything always looks lit, but like, you know, how does somebody really sustain themselves, be a person, pay your bills, you know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Go out, enjoy yourself, goddammit. So how were you juggling this? These people are, you know what I'm saying, bullshitting on paying the invoices, but Khalia's in expensive I'm sorry. Wait, I said it right this time, finally.
No, you didn't.
Damn.
K Leah.
K Leah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm learning.
But I'm glad
now.
you caught yourself, because I didn't even
learning.
hear it. It's okay.
All right. So K Leah's in LA, expensive ass LA. These niggas is not paying invoices. How are you managing?
How was I managing?
Was you robbing niggas?
No,
I'm playing.
I wasn't. I really
Playing,
wasn't.
playing.
Like, you know, like it. I mean, I would get paid, like, you know,
Yes,
to like
yes, yes.
sustain like
For
rent and
sure.
everything like that. But like the lifestyle, like thankfully, like, you know, I'm just dripped out. Like, you know, like I have a lot of clothes. Like, I just know how to look nice, like, all the time. Like, you know, but like anybody's first year at LA, like, excuse my language, if you're not fucking or sucking, it's rough.
Talk
like,
your
you
shit.
know, like it's
Your
it's
shit.
really, really rough. And like
Talk
I
your
always
shit.
say, like, spend at least six months to a year there. If you really fuck with it, and if you really make it through those 6 months to a year, then you'll be fine. Like, you know, like for real. But it's so hard. Like, it's so hard.
How important would you say it is to, because to me, LA is like La La Land. Like, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm just respect to the culture, respect to the history and everything. But for me personally, I just feel like that's not a place that I can really like live and like be for an extended period of time. Like, LA to me, you know, for you being out there, okay, so you're out there, you're dripped out, but like, you know, the social settings and having to quote unquote keep up with the Jones and shit, like, you know, that all these pressures, like, you know, for one, how are you dealing with this stuff? Two, you know, first year is always rough. How important was it to really have like a plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, how important was it? Because it's La La Land, like I was saying. I guess that's really what I was trying to get to. But, you know, it's La La Land. Like, you know, how important is it to have a plan going into these LAs and New York? So there's just so much going on.
For your first question, what was the first question again?
The first question was, you know, dealing with the Joneses and shit like that.
Okay.
Like,
so thankfully, I've been outside since I was like 13. So it's not a lot. Like, obviously, like, you know, the glitz and glam, it definitely can be like, oh my gosh. But, and going to LA and, you know, seeing all those big ass houses in Beverly Hills and Bel Air and just, they ride Teslas and Rolls Royces like they drive Hondas and all that shit out here. Like, you know, and so at first it was like, wow, like I used to, me and like my close friend Steph, we actually used to take like L rides, like just smoke through Beverly Hills and like Bel Air, like the first like 6 months of living in LA. Like, you know,
inspo shit.
Literally like for inspo, like, and me being me, like, you know, just, I was so
textures,
ignorant
colors
to the fact of how hard life is. Like, you know, I'm like, wow, in 5 years I'm gonna be living up here and I'm gonna be doing this and blah blah blah. And, you know, you tell God your plans and
the niggas start laughing and shit.
Yeah, and so, I don't know. I think I got used to the glitz and the glam very fast. And, you know, I had, like, a lot of friends out there who were good. Like, you know, like, I was in a lot of, like, dope-ass spaces because of, like, the people I was around. And I mainly only hung out with people from the East Coast also. Like, I was very choosy because I went through a lot in Boston with, you know, drama and just, you know, losing friends and stuff, that I wasn't really going to LA looking for friends.
For the same shit,
like,
yeah.
You know, I hung out with the same 6 to 10 people my whole 5 years of being there. I probably met a lot of people, but like my hardcore, like solid, like friends, like I really hung out with the same, like people I grew up with out here. Thankfully, it happened that way. Like,
I have a very good friend of mine. She popped off very early in the game with like the makeup tutorials and shit like that. She was an originator for real. And I remember going to LA, going to see her, and she was like, yo, like, you know, it's cool and all, but like, yo, like, you could know somebody for 6 months and don't know if they fuck with you or not for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you getting that type of vibe out there?
Not really. I don't know. I learned not to take things personal. I prayed that people wouldn't take things personal with me because I was going through a lot. And so I would just go missing sometimes. Like, you know, some people go missing when they go through things, especially when, you know, I don't know, not to say that people don't have your best interests, but I'm just a person who likes to figure it out with my support system or on my own. Like, you know, and when I'm good, I'll come back. Like, you know, and so I think when we get older, we kind of are able to communicate like, yo, I'm not really doing too well right now, or I'm just not in the mood to talk. So, you know, I still fuck with you forever, but just, you know, give me some grace. And I learned that word. Just give people grace.
Yeah,
my
grace.
friends, I had a hardcore solid, like a lot of like hardcore solid friendships in Boston that I was like holding on to, you know, and a lot of my friends gave me grace and vice versa. Like, you know, and so I think that's a big one. Yeah.
I had an ex-shorty teach me that word, man. You know, it definitely stuck. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, yo. You know what I'm saying? You definitely put me on with that one.
Grace.
Damn. Nah, all that was great, because in all honesty, I think I love like that people want to go after their shit, but I would love, you know, just for people to be a little bit more realistic about it too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we now have people that have experiences. Now we get to have these conversations to where it's just like, all right, bet this is what I thought it was. It ended up being this, so now I molded it into this to make it work for me. You know what I'm saying? So, so LA was what it was. What would you say was kind of like, all right, like I feel like, you know, I've done what I've needed to do here. You know what I mean? chapter closed, you know what I mean, salute.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to the crib and, you know what I'm saying, figure some things out. Like, what was that moment for you?
I turned 31.
Salute.
Right, shout out to aging. Or no, shout out to getting older.
Getting grown, getting grown, girl. Come on.
So I turned 31 and, you know, I kind of smartened up and I see the state of the economy. And I was like, no bullshit, it's crazy out here. And so I was actually just saying, unfortunately, I had a lot of friends in LA whose parents were passing away.
Damn.
And so
Keep talking. I just want to keep these cameras on. Go ahead.
you know, they didn't really have the option of starting over or trying or kind of going back home and like, you know, all that. And so I have that option. And I was also going through some personal family stuff that also kind of made like my move a little bit easier. And I always said I was going to give it 5 years because I realized that I moved when I was 26 and I was like, okay, I'm going to be in my 30s. And if, you know, I fuck with it, I will stay. And if I'm not in love with it, I have to go because I'll just waste time trying to figure it out.
I respect that.
Like, you know, and so I didn't really care like what it looked like to other people. As long as I had my home to go back to and my family support, that's literally all I give a fuck about. And so, yeah, with the state of the economy, you know, I was like, and it's not just that. Here's what it is, too, if we really, really want to get real. So I was styling, and the money for styling wasn't really, you know, doing it, even though I had just started out. Like, you know, it was 6 months to a year, whatever. Definitely could have grinded a little bit, but I was like, no, I don't really think this is what I want to do. The opportunity of managing a brand kind of presented itself to me. Like, it literally came. Like, COVID happened. Everybody lost their jobs. Everyone was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. Like, you know, and then, you know, a lot of startups started happening. And so I had the opportunity to brand manage Rapper Weed.
Shout out
And
Rapper
what
Weed,
we did,
shout out
right,
Rapper
shout out to
Weed.
Rapper Weed, love them. And so what we did, you know, in 6 months to a year was insane. Like, you know, but then we have to come back to the economy. As much startups that started, they also kind of had to like take the back burner. Like, you know, and so we got like the marketing, everything for marketing for Rapper Weed for Belle Fleur was amazing. Like,
It was
you
heavy.
know,
It was heavy.
exactly. And so now the actual cultivation site is, you know, being manufactured. And so there's no marketing budget right now. Like, you know, there's not really anything that we could do with that. But it's coming, like, you know. And so I think everyone's just kind of like trying to prepare for that. And with that,
I think y'all had a good
to-
initial first splash, though.
Exactly. And
You know
we
what I mean?
have like so many people who are still like inquiring, like, you know, and I think like with us being back on the East Coast and like still having like a little wave in LA, like, you know, like when it is ready in that aspect, like it's going to be lit again. And so, you know, I kind of just had to be real with myself when that stopped, because that was, it was going great. Like, you know, like I was getting a bag for that. And so, you know, I moved on up, like I moved to the Valley. My Valley girls know, like, you know, like it was really lit. But then, you know, things stop and like lifestyle changes happen and everything like that. And so, yeah, I just had to be real. Like, I have to get a job. Like, I have to get like a real like 9 to 5, because even though like the creative shit is still going, the rent, I mean, yeah, like the rent and the bills and everything, like they're still here. Like we still have to figure out a way to like pay it,
100%.
like, you know. And so, yeah, I had to get like a corporate job, and I did, but then I lost the job. Like I legit got laid off. Like, you know, and I was like, yo, no bullshit.
It's
I
crazy.
can't do this
This
shit
is
no more.
crazy.
Like, you know, like I have never gotten laid off or fired as much as I did
Niggas
in
is
fucking
trying.
LA. Like,
Damn.
it was so insane. I was like, what is the problem? Like, you know, like what? And so I think also you definitely need multiple streams of income. Like, you know, while I was working, I was still trying to like dibble and dabble in like the styling stuff sometimes, like, you know,
Yeah.
and still doing like, you know, some marketing stuff. Definitely need like multiple streams of income. But then, yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? I love LA. I fuck with LA. I might end up, if it all works out in some way, somehow, like, you know, buying property out there or whatever. But as of right now, like, I think I need to go back to the East Coast and really like just start the fuck over. Like, you know, I don't know, like just do something. And so, yeah, it's here. So I'm back.
I love it. I love it. Nah, on some real shit, first off, you know what I'm saying? We like you on this side. You know what I'm saying? We like you on this side. But nah, I mean, yo, you're saying so much dope shit. And you got into questions that I eventually wanted to answer too. So I appreciate you kind of just, you know what I mean? Like just kind of taking care of all that. Because I feel like people, you know, what you're known for a lot of times ain't like your life money. You feel me? Like niggas that rap, like, you're not just making your life money just off the music.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so same way with stylists. Everybody knows you for being this amazing stylist, but that's probably not your life money. You probably use the styling to get into this.
Right.
You probably use the styling to get into that.
Right.
You feel me? So I just feel like, you know, people just don't like be seeing like that whole ecosystem, and that's one of the reasons why I really like wanted to talk to you, because it's just like, all right, like this is genuinely what people know you for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bet. You know, this is what the perception is, and this is what, you know, I know Khalia is doing, and it's just like, all right, how is she sustaining it? What's the, you know what I'm saying, the nuts and bolts behind it? So I'm beyond happy.
Work.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I'm beyond happy of, you know, just how real you're keeping it. Just so honestly we can help the next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So niggas ain't just, you know what I mean, just thinking of this whatever. So like that's dope. In terms of the styling world though, like what would you say like your style is? Like, you know, like what are like some go-to, I guess, like looks, or like, yo, like, you know, you see somebody and like, yo, nah, that's for you right there. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think my style is like super personal. Like I think that question is so hard anytime I get it. I don't really know where the inspiration comes. Sometimes I get inspiration from just, you know, what I see, like, you know, on Instagram, on TV, my friends and stuff like that. And sometimes I just am scrolling. Like I scroll a lot. I do a lot of research on pieces and on clothes, and I'm just always like,
I respect that, and I could understand. That's like, you know, somebody asking a painter what their favorite color is or some shit like
it's
that.
hard.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so boom, let's take a step back. What are some no-nos for somebody trying to get into it? You know what I'm saying? You're in the vibe, you're in the environment. You know what I'm saying? The director's right there. You know, your lead stylist is. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like, what are some no-nos for somebody trying to get into the game and, you feel me, navigating all that?
Okay, no-nos for styling. Let me see. Don't be a weirdo on set. When you do get there, like, you know, just act cool. Like, you know, say yes. You're there to work, so just do whatever the fuck they ask. It's unfortunate though. Most stylists get treated like personal assistants, and that's kind of why I stopped. You know, I had to put on a grown man's socks, and I was like, bro, this is crazy to me. Like, even though I was a fan of the grown man, like, you know, I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, this is, I was like, I had to tell, like, the lead stylist, like, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, and if you know me, I hate feet. Like, I hate feet so much.
Yo,
like,
that's literally my
like,
least favorite part of the body, yo.
yeah, like,
literally.
You know, and then it's like a grown
literally.
man's
And
foot.
also, while ladies, I'm sorry, 10 out of 10. I can't even do 9. But go ahead.
So, yeah, you know, I just know myself, and I think it's funny because one of the most popular stylists this year, Law Roach, everything that I said, all the shit I was talking about styling, he literally confirmed it. Zendaya stylist, you know, he was like, no, I don't want to style anymore. Like, stylists get treated like trash, and I've been saying that since I started. I was like, this is what it is. Like, you know, like, I think because Sab and I were like our own bosses, we had our own plugs, like, you know, like we were doing whatever we wanted, like, you know, and then like when it got, I guess it was a hobby. Even though we got paid for it before, it was a hobby. And then when it got serious, I was like, I'm not. Like, when you're working with, like, really entitled people, like, you know, maybe if I would have been, like, a real personal stylist to someone who, like, fucked with me and all that, probably I would have, like, way better things to say. Like, you know, but they just put you through a lot.
Damn.
And so, I don't know. I think some people, they love it, you know, but I just know, and it's funny because I would be on a lot of music video sets and I'd be so into the production, like, you know, like so into like where we're putting the models and the set design and like, you know, all that. And I'm just like, wow, like that's where I want to go. Like, you know, I was like, this clothes shit is fun for me. Like, I like to get me dressed, like, you know, like, and I think that's probably what I realized. Like, I was like, girl, you are your muse. Like, it's okay. Like, you know, like, just
you are your muse.
It's fine. Like, you know, even though you're good at something, like, you don't have to get paid for it. It's okay. Like, you know. That's
damn, that's fucking hard, yo. That was it right there. No, that was it right there. That was
a check. It's okay. Like,
that was it right there.
Things.
That was it right there.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
But I think as amazing as that was, you can take what you're known for to then flip it into other things, which is what I know, which essentially you did with, you know, with rapper weed. You know what I'm saying? Niggas seen you styling, doing this and doing that. Like, I bet, you know, transferable skills, boom. You know what I'm saying? Now we're on rapper weed. You feel me? So That was great. That was a great fucking mom. I hope you put that shit on your page. One day. Go crazy. But nah. Damn, that was great. All right, so damn. All right. I'm gonna bring it for a landing.
Lost for words.
Nah, that was really great. No funny shit. She really talked her shit. This is what I needed and wanted. But nah, man. I have Khalia here with me. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, everyone.
The Museum TV. We are Boston's premier vlog. My name is Noble. We exhibit in the culture stories. This is music discovery, but today I'm giving you a little bit of a different flavor. It's all art. It's all creativity. You know what I'm saying? All under the same umbrella. You feel me? She just gave a great story about her time in LA. You know what I'm saying? Just navigating her waters. And dog, like that was great. On dogs, sis. You feel me? Yeah. That was great, sis. On dogs. I'm gonna end this off. Make sure y'all are liking and subscribing. To what we got going on. There's gonna be way more fire stories coming along. I'm not letting up. 10 years of the Museum TV. This, you know what I'm saying? I don't struggle. I just lift. You know what I mean? And we just here with it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm here with Khalia. Make sure y'all are following her, bro. As a matter of fact, where can they follow you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's Khalia The Great. If you want my LinkedIn, that's Khalia Taylor. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Diepiece. No, I'm literally just kidding. Just follow me on Instagram, Khalia The Great. Thank you, guys. I had a great time.
My dog, man. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all next time, man. Make sure y'all keep tuning in, bro. Way more to come.
Past life was romantic in my past life, but in this life I don't act right. Fast life, falling victim to fast life. Do my best to avoid the crash site.